Okay, so now I'm about to code the form class, and we have our customer and preferred customer classes in place. And I think what I'll do is I'm just going to double click my form, and here at the class level I'm going to create a list of type customer. Now one thing I should mention is, even though this is a list of type customer, a list of the base class type, I can also put preferred customers into this list. The reverse of that would not be true. If I created a list of preferred customers, I would not be able to put just regular customers in there. But you can do it if you anticipate having a mixture of objects. Make the list a type of the base class, and then you can put child class types into that list. So I think I'll just call this customers. A list of type customer. I won't specify a size. I think I'll also do like a current index variable so to keep track of where we are in the list, and I'll initialize that to 0. So I think in the form load I'm going to create and add a few customers to my list. Okay, so let's say customers add, and then I'm going to do a new, I'll just start with a plain customer, and putting in a call to that overloaded constructor with the name, the address, and the email preference. So for the name, I'll just put myself here, and for the address, I'll say I'm at 123 Main, and for the email offers, no thank you, I'll put a false there. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to do another plain customer here. And we'll make this Jane Doe, and we'll put her on 456 Elm Street, and we'll say she would like email offers. So we've got two plain customers, and then how about a preferred customer? This is the child class now. Okay, and this one has multiple, well, it has an overloaded constructor, but, well, let me put a new name in here. We'll say this is going to be John Smith. Okay, and we'll say 789 Maple Street. Okay, and we'll go false on the email offers, but we're not done. This is a preferred customer, so we also have to put in the discount amount. So maybe I can say a 10% discount, and how about we'll start him with 250 rewards points. Okay, so again, no problem putting the preferred customer into the list of type customer as well. Okay, so I think what I'll do, I think I'll just put in like a private method, just a simple update controls, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Okay, what I think I'd like to do is just code these back and next buttons here. We'll just, here this is the back button, so we'll say current index, decrement that, and then I'm going to put in a call to update control. We've done this kind of thing many times before, and I'll do the same thing for the next button, incrementing the current index, and then putting in a call to update controls, which we will code in just a moment. Okay. So that takes care of those. Now, as far as the update controls, you know what, I think I'll also, at the end of the form load, I'll put in the call to update controls. Okay. So this is where it all goes down in the update controls, and what I'd like to do is display the customer info, which would be the name, the address, well, the email stuff we'll do in the checkbox, and the preferred customer thing we'll also take care of in the checkbox. But the name, the address, and if they are a preferred customer, I'd like to also display the discount amount and the rewards points. And here's where we're going to make use of that display method. I'll show you the display method. Here we are in preferred customer. This display method which we made virtual in the base class and we overrode in the child class. And you can see how easy this is. Now we've invested all the work in creating these methods, and now we're pretty much home free. So what we'll do is, that label is called LBL cost info. I'm going to set the text property equal to, okay, reaching into my list here. I think I'll treat the list like an array, just giving it an index, the current index. Okay, so current, like when the form loads, we start at 0, so we're looking at that first customer, which is me at MVCC. So then I'm going to put in a call to that display method. Okay, you can see the properties coming up, but this display method is what we're going to invoke there. Okay, and I think what I'll also do is that email checkbox, I'm going to set its checked property to the property, again, reaching into that list, the currently displayed item, and that would be the email offer. That's a Boolean property, so it'll just check the box if they want email, and then have it unchecked if they don't want it. So I think let's run this and see how it works. Okay, so again, I'm just a regular customer, not a preferred customer. So this is the display method that is implemented in the regular base class, the customer class. When I go, and I said I didn't want email offers, so that's working as well. Here, I'm going to move forward. Jane Doe was also a regular customer. Okay, so we're just seeing her name and address. Her email preferences were true. Now watch this. I go to the next one. This is John Smith. He's a preferred customer, so we see that additional information. So that display method is the one in the preferred customer class, the override method. And what we see here in action really is just this call to this method is a demonstration or an example of polymorphism. And really, you know, we don't know what's going to be in here when the program runs, but we call that display method. We don't know which version is going to execute at runtime, but hey, we don't have to. That's the beauty of polymorphism. You can just kind of leave the door open and the compiler will sort it all out at runtime. So that's really nice. I think another thing I just want to add in here, this will be fairly quick, but doing that email, or not that email, the preferred, how do we know if it's a preferred customer or not? There are ways you can finagle this. I think I'll maybe just do something like that. I'll do an if statement, and we'll say if, again, reaching into the list, looking at the current item here. Okay, I'm treating that like using an array notation. And there's this get type method that can come in handy for these types of situations. It's a method. You have to put your open and close parentheses, and then it has this name property. And if it equals, and you be very careful with your typing here. If it's a preferred customer, okay, very careful there with your typing. Then we're going to check that preferred. We'll say chk preferred dot checked equals true. Okay, or else then it must be just a regular customer, and we'll say chk preferred dot checked equals false. Okay, so that's one way of evaluating the type. I mean, if you have an inheritance hierarchy and you want to know which one exactly am I dealing with, is it a customer, is it a preferred customer? You may have even more objects in your hierarchy. This is a way of figuring out exactly what the object is at hand. So I'll go ahead and run that. Okay. And there's our preferred customer. You can see the checkbox displayed.